Well, good morning, fellow travelers. I learned me a lesson. I'm using my own creamer. I'm getting some coffee. And I got to see if I can exchange this. Wish me luck. Welcome to another episode of Steel Horse Travels. That's okay. I prefer my own flavor of nut pods anyway. But how funny is that? Didn't have my type of skinny pop, but had a new flavor there that's just butter. I'm not liking the idea that it's got more salt on it, but I'm not eating a lot of sodium all day. I don't add it to my food, so we're good. And I want to flip you guys around. We are just leaving oh, that's pretty. We're just leaving Missoula, Montana, and they exchanged. I have new I have a new pair, so we'll see if this pair works. This is the third pair. And she asked me if I wanted the warranty program. I'm like, no, we're good. Because if I have any issues, I'm coming right back here with it because nobody else wants to deal with it. So, yeah. So, welcome to, and that's definitely an adventure. Finally got creamer after a month. And then I had my own. And they decided to go ahead and exchange them. I went to a different Love's, I forget which one, but they didn't want nothing to do with me. So I'll just keep being them out here every 2 weeks. I told her, I go, if I got issues, I'll just bring them back here. We're good. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's just go right. You guys want to come along? Let's go. If everything goes right, we'll be sitting in Rosebud, Montana. Just, it's about, what, 25 miles straight east of Forsyth, Montana. So if you find Forsyth, go about 25 miles, you'll see a rest stop. That's where we'll be around 4 o'clock this afternoon. All right, guys. As always, God bless. Let's go.
Well, let's just see how this thing sounds. I got a new headset, guys. Maybe the brand new ones will sound better than the old ones ever did. These are the Golconda area mountain region. Absolutely beautiful around here. Also, this stretch of highway is always trying to throw you off of the road because, well, quite frankly, they don't, the wind comes across it, and I don't know what it is. They just don't take care of it as well. And I've literally driven on this that was loaded with about 2 to 3 inches of straight snow-packed ice. So, yep, so just that. I thought I'd try this headset, see how this thing sounds. Cuts out. Hopefully, it's cutting out the background noise. And yeah. All right, guys. Well, on that, God bless. Love you guys. And as always, I'll get back to you. So, how's everybody's afternoon going? Off to the right there, that is, I can't really drag it in, not with this new caption, but that's Bearmouth Mountain Range, Beartooth. That's what it is, Beartooth. And we are rolling alongside the Yellowstone River now. That is the river du jour, as they would say. Um, Kind of a goofy question to ask you guys. How's everybody's mental health holding up? Everybody doing okay? Kind of doing a community check. See how everybody's doing. Me personally, I've had to step away from the news cycle because it can just be a little overwhelming. I had a few Facebook friends yesterday and today that are just kind of, they've had to step away from it themselves. They've gotten off of social media. They've just gotten away from everything just because it can be a little overwhelming if you let it get to you. Um, so I just thought I'd pop in and ask that question. See how make sure everybody's doing all right. Doing a friend check, community check. Uh, we're doing good. I know, like I said, for myself, I had to put the news cycle away. I mean, it's not like I stuck my head in the clouds or anything. It's not like I don't know what's going on around me, but I just can't digest it as much as I used to. I thought my head was going to explode if I did that. So just thought I'd ask how everybody else is holding up, and and by all means, leave a comment down below if if you need prayer for any reason. Please leave a comment down below. I'd be more than blessed to be able to pray for you guys. Because this is a good community. We don't talk politics. I'm very grateful that nobody does, but we also live in a reality of what's going on around our country and around the world for that matter. So, but yes, And if you feel led, pray for me for traveling mercies and that I stay focused. I'm kind of struggling right now. I just they gave me my walking papers for next week, and half the load I'm okay with. The other half I'm not so okay with. Um, it's going to present a real challenge because the last time I went there, I almost needed to call the police to get me out of there um, because there's a lot of low flying bridges. I'm going into Chicago for the second half of my load. Um, and so, yeah, truth be told, it's got me with a little bit of anxiety knowing that that's what I'm going into. So, um, no, I know I'm an accomplished driver, but whenever you get into areas that, like I said, the last time I went there, the only time I've gone there, the preferable route would have been to make a right turn out of their driveway, but there's so many parked cars right next to the entrance and exit of their parking lot, and it's a single lane street, um, and cars parked across the street where two cars barely can pass each other. I just didn't feel the only safe way to make a turn was to make a left turn. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, that was all bad, no good. I went underneath a bridge that said 11-2. I'm 11-6. I went straight in the middle and blocked everybody and crawled underneath it about, oh, I don't know, 1 mile an hour just to see if I was going to touch. But we got out of there, and yeah, it was quite interesting. So, and the first part of the load, we are going to, not that I want to, as I'm sounding like a whiner now, my bad. Um, we're going to Jacksonville, Florida. We're rolling out to the Naval Air Base out there. Might get to see a Blue Thunder or two. Definitely will be able to see their museum, um, their airport, or not the airport, but the, oh, what do you call it? The fighter jets and different things that they display. They're kind of a museum, but it's an air museum. So, but yeah, we're rolling down to Jackson Naval Air Station, make a delivery and a pickup right there at the base. I haven't been down there. I'll probably have to get all my credentials all recertified to get in on the base. So, um, I didn't backtrack, go all the way back up to Chicago from Jacksonville. So, kind of an easy run, relatively speaking. Not looking forward to traffic south of Nashville. Traffic all the way down. Lucky for me, I'm only going as far as Highway 10 or Interstate 10 and hook on the left. But yeah, so we'll get down there. We'll see what we can, what we're allowed, because where I pick up is inside the tarmac area. So um, I have at times been able to see some of the Blue Angels inside the hangars being worked on, getting, whatever repairs or upgrades or blah blah blah, whatever they do in those hangars. I'm not gonna even presume to think that I'm in there on that. I just know it's the Jacksonville Naval Air Station, and that's the home of the Blue Angels. So And then when we leave out of there, we drive literally out on the tarmac. Well, not so much tarmac, but it's a. Um, I don't know if they're the Apache helicopters or what, but they can also have the planes that can drive right down onto water. So I forget the actual name of that plane. I don't know if it's that radar plane or whatever, but yeah, it's always something different, and that'll be a seven. No, um, I think it's a 6 a.m. pickup and delivery in Jacksonville. So not sure if the sun is up yet at that time, and so, but that's next week. So it's got me up, but it's got me Jacksonville. I'm fine with. The guy down there is really cool at the base, but yeah. So, but leave a comment if you like on the other, and or leave a comment of whatever you're curious about. So, all right, guys. Well, we've belabored that one. We beat that up pretty good. So, um, we're approximately about well, we got 184 more miles to go, but we are I'd say about, well, let's just see what the green sign says. Let's not guess. I think we're around 65 miles, 63 miles west of Billings. So, all right, guys, on that, as always, thanks for coming along. God bless. I'll get back to you.
Well, guys, we are in Miles City. Things have changed. We got a little bit of a little bit of drizzle, little rain, little snow. But we're in Miles City at a Cenex truck stop. Things have changed a little bit. I apologize for the wind. We are gonna make it back to the yard tomorrow. Kick this wagon off, somebody else will deliver it, and then I'm grabbing a load and headed down to New Hampton, Iowa. We have a delivery and a pickup out of the same location. It's another 400-mile hitch, so we will end up, pardon the wind, I'll head inside. Oh my goodness gracious. It'll be another 400 miles on top of my 3,600, so we'll end up with 4,000 miles this week. So if you want to come along, let's go hit Iowa tomorrow. On that, guys, God bless. I love you guys. Like I said earlier, leave comments on what we discussed today if you like. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a video each day. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm calling it a day here in Miles City in this drizzly rain. Got dinner cooking. We are good. All right. God bless. Love you guys. As always, I'll get back to you. See you tomorrow.